If you are a regular Checkpoint listener, and we know you all are, you'll be familiar with Aaron Drever and his boutique grocery shop, the Grocers Market. Mr Drever lost his real estate licence in 2016 after he was found guilty of misconduct on 9 occasions over 5 years. He then bought one of the failed boutique Nosh outlets and rebranded it the Grocers Market. He told Checkpoint he'd turned a new leaf and would sell his house if the business ever went bust. But last Monday, after just 4 months, the Grocers Market went into receivership, owing suppliers and staff hundreds of thousands of dollars, and Aaron Drever disappeared. The liquidator told us the house Mr Drever pledged to sell is actually in a trust. Well, tonight, Checkpoint can reveal the disgraced real estate agent kept working after he was struck off. Mr Drever sold a piece of land to his aunt for less than half its market value, and that property was flipped the same day for $500,000 more. The deal took place just a month after he was stripped of his real estate licence. Zach Fleming with this exclusive Checkpoint investigation.
In December 2016, strapped for cash and at risk of losing their lifeline, their liquor licence, the Avondale Bowling Club decided to sell its most valuable asset, its property.
We had problems, and he offered services.
We had problems and he offered his services. That's Pat Bell, the president of the Bowling Club, speaking in August last year to Auckland Council's District Licensing Committee. The he's referring to is Aaron Drever. Aaron Drever is on the club's committee, as is his former girlfriend and business partner Rachel Benji. This is how Pat Bell described his and Aaron's relationship to me.
Aaron Drever was my friend.
But Aaron Drever wasn't allowed to offer his services to the Avondale Bowling Club. He'd been struck off as a real estate agent a month earlier after 9 findings of unsatisfactory conduct and misconduct. The Real Estate Authority, when it cancelled Aaron Drever's licence, said the public needed to be protected from him.
Arranged the contract, he passed the contract to me and the secretary, we signed it, and the Crystal, we handed over to him and he went away.
So I can just double check, so Aaron gave you the contract and you signed it and then Aaron took it away?
Yeah, right.
Aaron Drever invoiced the club for $20,400 for his services. Pat says the club refused to pay. Mr Drever had his licence cancelled a month earlier in November 2016. He was breaking the law, facilitating the sale.
But this isn't just a story about a struck-off real estate agent helping sell a property. The bowling green that was sold is on a busy part of Great North Road in Avondale. 1,100 square metres, it's a developer's dream. And in 2016, Auckland's property market was soaring. And yet the club, on recommendation from Aaron Drever, sold this green for just $300,000. And they sold it to a company set up in the name of Aaron Drever's aunt, Beverly Spain. It was then immediately on-sold for $825,000. Someone made $525,000 on the on-selling of this property, and it was all facilitated by struck-off real estate agent Aaron Drever.
Now, remember, Pat Bell told Auckland Council's District Licensing Committee last August that Aaron Drever approached the club, offering to help sell the green. But last week, Pat Bell told me something different.
Aaron Drever was appointed by the board of Avondale Bowling Club.
And Aaron Drever approached the club to offer his services?
No.
Well,
the board approached Aaron Drever.
That's what you told the District Licensing Committee?
No, I didn't tell that.
Yes, you did.
Well, it's in our minutes anyway.
Enter a mortgage broker named Jonathan Michelle. He declined to be interviewed, but said in a statement Aaron Drever approached him, asking if he wanted to buy the property, and he was interested because he could rezone it, build and make a profit. Mr Michelle confirmed in his statement he knew the property was being transferred from the club to another company and then to him, in other words being flipped. But Mr Michelle said he had no idea that middle company was owned by Aaron Drever's aunt. He said he thought he was buying off the club. The confusion is because Aaron Drever's aunt's company was Avondale Bowling Club Limited. The real club is Avondale Bowling Club Incorporated.
Aaron Drever won't return our calls, texts or emails, so we went to visit his house in Glen Eden. When we got there, there were 4 cars parked in the driveway, including a blue Mustang GT that we regularly see parked outside the Grocers Market, and the blinds were open, but nobody answered when we knocked.
Avondale Bowling Club Limited was deregistered last week, around the time Checkpoint started asking questions about the sale of the bowling green. We tried to contact Aaron Drever's aunt, Beverly Spain, to ask why.
But Beverly Spain doesn't actually live at the address listed for her company. She lives across the road in a Housing New Zealand house. It's an offence to provide misleading information under the Companies Act, but we weren't able to contact Beverly Spain, and the lawyer who helped her set up her company, who also happens to be Aaron Drever's lawyer, Bruce Johnson from Central Park Legal, declined to be interviewed.
Rachel Benji, Aaron Drever's ex-girlfriend and business partner, who was also the Avondale Bowling Club's secretary at the time of the sale, also declined to be interviewed. So, back to Pat Bell, Aaron Drever's friend and the bowling club's president.
He helped the club to arrange for someone to buy that property.
And you knew that it was illegal for him
I
to
know
do that?
Yeah.
It's not known where the $525,000 profit from flipping the property in one day went. And what about the $300,000 paid to the club? Pat Bell told the Auckland Council liquor licence hearing last August that he put the $300,000 into his solicitor's bank account because he was going overseas. Here's District Licensing Committee Chair Katia Fraser's response.
But when you put money into the account for the club, how many people have to sign to be able to take that money out?
Just two.
Two. So even with that level of security, you decided to put it into that's a very, I don't quite understand why you did that. It's very, very unusual, unless the money is required for something else, that you would leave it in your solicitor's trust account.
Mr. Bell responded that his committee was happy for it to be in his solicitor's account, and that the $300,000 was going to be spent on club maintenance. But 5 months later, the Avondale Bowling Club has been neglected and is in a state of disrepair, and the money is all gone. A meeting was held at the club a week ago tonight.
It's a statement from the person who ran the meetings that money has all gone. That was an actual statement by him. It's not an indication.
And was that disputed by anyone?
No, he confirmed it.
Paul Davey, a former member of the Avondale Bowling Club, tried to ask what it was spent on.
The question was asked, if we've had $300,000 from the sale of that, how come we've still got $40,000 odd, approximately, of debt in the name of the club to suppliers and third parties? And the Gerald, who was running the meeting, basically said he had no interest in going back and investigating those issues. And there was no indication of where that money was spent. So nobody has any idea, and I've spoken to a few past members, nobody has any idea where that money's gone.
So, Aaron Drever, a struck-off real estate agent, helped to illegally facilitate the sale of an Avondale Bowling Club green to his aunt for $300,000. It was then immediately on-sold for $825,000. And nobody seems to have any idea where any of that money has gone. Auckland Bowls has taken over the Avondale Bowling Club but won't comment, and the Real Estate Authority is looking into the sale but said it isn't in a position to comment at this stage. For Checkpoint, Zach Fleming.
And if you are or have been a member of the Avondale Bowling Club, we'd love to hear from you. Text us 2101 and we'll give you a call.